Paul, been a difficult evening. I sense probably going into this game that you might have taken a result over performance if it had got 3 points, and as it is, you've probably got neither.
Yeah, well, I said it outside then. I'm not ever going to want to take a point, but as the game was wearing on, I took a point because I didn't think we'd done enough to open them up. Although that can change with a pass or a slip or anything like that. I felt they were a younger side. I felt they had good legs about them in the middle of the pitch. They stood strong at the back and limited us. First half, we were deep. We invited it on. We caused our own problems by being deep. But the odd occasion where we broke forward, we caused a few problems. Down the sides especially, a few crosses that went in. On other occasions we could have got on the end of them. But that's probably the mindset where we're at. You know, we're not being ruthless in the boxes. I thought second half we started well. I thought we had them in their half for a long spell. We were forcing them to kick it long, which they didn't want to do, and we were dealing with it, and we were keeping them penned in. I mean, you have to say about their goal, it was a well-worked move to the corner, and then that's where I'm disappointed with it, because we can prevent the cross, and we've got 2v1 on the back post, and we can deal with that. And that's what I said to the lads. You have to find a way to grind results out. And if we have to take a point tonight at home to Guiseley, the position that we're in, so be it. So be it. Especially at that stage of the game.
Yeah, is it sort of like a not confidence, but almost like a bravery that's lacking a little bit in some of the players, in wanting to get onto the ball and make things happen?
There's an apprehension of wanting to try things that might not come off, and like you say, the bravery to do that, and to put yourself in a position where if you fail, you have to brush it off, rather than put yourself in a position to not fail but to neither do anything. You know, because by not doing anything, we're already making a mistake. You know, I said it outside. Carl Baker was probably our best player tonight. He's not played for 6-7 weeks. He's 39 next week. And that isn't where we want to be. You know, that's taking nothing away from him, but that isn't where we want to be. So we need to address it, we know that, but it's not as simple as just going out and signing play. Well, it is simple to go out and sign players, but are they going to come in and be good enough? That's another story. So we know what we need. We're working hard to get it. Players, good players at clubs to sign permanent, they're not readily available, and because of the COVID situation, like I said Saturday, a lot of clubs aren't wanting loans to go out to mix in different groups, which again is understandable, but we have to try and work our way around that to try and get bodies in, not just bodies but players who are going to go into the team.
Sure. I mean, obviously the quality of the players is important, but I sense characters and personality is something that's going to be important.
Yeah, it's vital. Listen, everything goes hand in hand. The lads need a lift as well. You know, I said it to them. I said, you know, we've got to give the fans something to go at. Since August, that obviously hasn't happened on too many occasions, and therefore they're frustrated. But that's what you're talking about, that apprehension and bravery. We need to be bigger than that as players and as characters. And if we haven't got that in there, then you know we're definitely working hard to find it. But trying to find, you know, someone who's a good character, who's brave, who's a good player, who's fit, who wants to come, and you know, there's a lot of boxes that need to be ticked to make that happen. But I can assure everybody we're trying to do it.
Sure. I mean, did you have a sense that the players maybe were weighed down a little bit by the importance of the game this evening? That it must have been hard for them to not to know that there was a lot of resting.
I think it was the feeling after Saturday, to be honest. The disappointment to concede and lose so late on in the manner that we did was probably a kick where it hurts for the lads, but no one feels sorry for you in football. It's a relentless, ruthless game where if a good side smells blood, they'll go for it, and we have got to be bigger, stronger, tougher mentally to deal with that, because it's the only way we're going to get out of it. I don't think there was a lack of effort or work rate tonight at all. I think they probably had a bit more quality in certain areas and a bit more legs, and over the course of the 94 minutes I think it probably told. But like I say, we have to find ways to stay in the game, which I thought we did obviously to that point, and try and grind results out, because we're not seemingly confident enough to play all sorts of free-flowing football. As much as we try and as much as we encourage it, there's an apprehension, I've used that word before, to actually do it. So we have to formulate a way to stay in games and grind results out.
Sure. And I know that I think the fans already, from just the few weeks you've been here, appreciate that, you do say things as they are, and you talk straight. I mean, there was some, disappointment expressed at the end of the game, but I think I sense you would probably say that supporters are entitled to do that.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, it's not because of tonight. It's because of this season, from August, maybe from previous seasons. And we are where we are because of we haven't been good enough. We've been the worst team in the league. It's there. And so that's what's frustrating the fans as much as anything. And then they see us lose to a side that's a couple of places above us, not see us perform particularly well. And you hear things like, we just want to see effort. I don't think anyone lacked effort tonight. I think we lacked quality. I think we lacked confidence. And so when you lack both of those, inevitably you end up on the wrong side of the result. But I've just told the lads, you've got to take it. If you take the plaudits, you've got to take the stick. And we're bottom of the league for a reason. If fans are disgruntled, rightly so, you've got to take it. You've got to stick your chest out, you've got to get your heads up, and you've got to get through it. Because the only way you get through tough times is by keep going through them. If you stand still, you sit down, you feel sorry for yourself, you look at the ground, it's never going to go away.
Sure. So you got one training session on Thursday ahead of the game against Chester on Boxing Day, and I suppose for the players as much as the fans as well, the message is come back on Boxing Day ready to go again and just start again.
Listen, it's a collective, isn't it? It's easy to say, support the lads, but it's a collective. The lads aren't going out to lose games. We just might lack a little bit of quality at times, or opposition have got a little bit more quality than us, and so it is a collective. We need to encourage the fans so that they encourage us, but it is a hand in hand one, whereas by the lads can work as hard as they can, the fans can support as much, but we have to make sure we deliver.
Okay, thanks very much for your time, Paul,
No
and
problem.
do your best to enjoy your Christmas day.
I'll try.
Okay,
I'll try.
cheers,
No
thank
problem.
you.